everybody. We're here for challenge 158, the celebrity challenge with Ina, where we did the watercolor with the kids. And today we've got Rentia and Ina. Hi, Rentia.
I'm fine. How are you, Graham? Hi, Ina.
Hi there.
I'm good, thank you. How you doing, Ina?
Hi.
Okay, let's get cracking on our entries. We got 64 entries, and then let's just, yeah, and we hit 4,000 members this week as well. So we need quite a lot of people to
doing this. Good for business.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, so we need to get everybody ramped up and starting. There's quite a few new people that have joined this this challenge with Ina. So we'll see them as we go through everybody. And then there was 1 or 2 complaints about people who use the hashtag to enter the challenge. It's not going to work. You have to post either on your profile and share to the group, or you need to post it on the group. Hashtagging it is not going to pick it up. So only entries that are on the actual group posted are going to be able to participate.
Sure.
And then we've got another thing to celebrate. Rentia managed to wait until 6:08 to post.
I actually put a time delay on mine, so it worked out perfectly.
You see. And you got quite I think you got the 3rd or 4th most likes, by the way.
Thanks, Graham. It was fun. It was a great challenge, you know. I enjoyed it so much. And the more you do it, the better you get. You know, it's just practice, practice, practice.
I want to really congratulate everybody because it was a very difficult subject and you all did incredibly, incredibly well. And if I may, Graham, I'd like to speak about those likes. I mean, I see Sita de Toy got the most likes and I'd really like to congratulate her. You know why? It's because she has got those very dark tonal contrasts. She's got the darkest dark and the lightest light. And, you know, that is that wow factor that I always tell my students to try and achieve. You know, one of my art teachers was Judith Mason, the late great Judith Mason. She always said that a tentative correct line is not as good as a confident line. A confident line, even if it's incorrect, is better than something that is so correct. Now, I mean, in Sita's painting, there are actually drawing issues, but people didn't even see it because, there we go, because they love the contrast, the tonal values of the dark and the light. So, you know, that I'd really like to congratulate her.
I have to say that what I like about Sita's painting is the unique color palette. You can see she actually used a lot of purples and blues, and even the skin tones aren't your normal colors. It's not the yellow ochre and the cat reds that you'd normally choose. So it's such a successful little painting, and I love the looseness. You know, it's loose and vibrant. Very, very good.
Very nice, yeah.
It was an awesome entry, but as we know, Sita won, I think, in the last 3 challenges. So the most likes will be defaulted to somebody else. Marguerite Pretorius, this is her 3rd entry.
I
she's
think
got 81.
Just look at that sky. I think it's just magnificent. I don't know how she did it, but it's really, really beautiful.
As Alta Swartz entry.
That is so successful. Look at the color palette, and you can see the focal point is that red jug, and that's juxtaposed with the greens in the background. Very, very beautiful.
A beautiful drawing. I just feel that she could have had more dark tonal contrast. You know, you've got to plan it. If you've got a light head, plan dark plants behind it. You know, so if you plan it, then you get that light and dark all the time. Light against dark, dark against light.
Annie Sinclair, also one of our previous winners. This was, I think she said she had grandkids. So I think that's the fourth one sitting over there in the corner.
It's a beautiful paint. Really beautiful. Look at that costume. It's so well painted. It's absolutely gorgeous. You must just be careful of not making a line go right through her ears, you know, from the one side to the other side. Just be aware of little things like that.
Are you talking about the proportions on the faces?
No, look at her, where her ears are. There's a line in the background that goes right through the painting from the one side to the other side, and it looks like it's a string through her ears. So just be careful of it. Soften it, and then it's a lovely painting.
Awesome. I didn't even notice it.
You know what? I would really like to make a special mention of two entries that use the symbolism of today, which I think was very successful. There's Joseph Donnelly and Tashiana Gajeki. I just love the symbolism that they added, and they were love paintings. You know, I think I really want to just congratulate them.
Is that Ukraine? Hey? It's all about Ukraine.
Yes. The Tashiana Gajeki, she said that was her children, her American children that were supporting the Ukraine, their cousins in the Ukraine. I think that was lovely. And Joseph was also praying for peace. So, you know,
yes, beautiful.
Beautiful.
I see that she actually incorporated a bit of ink, pen and ink. And it's really very edgy, very nice. Sweet little painting.
Lovely.
New member. Here's our first new member for today. Laura Bolle.
Yeah.
Bolle. Glad we got new people.
Yeah, little vibrant painting. I love the bright colors, and it's difficult with watercolor because it tends to go muddy very quickly. And I mean, she really pushed the colors a bit. So she's a very brave little artist.
Lovely. Yes, she must just have some soft areas with the bright darks. Okay.
Who mentioned Barry? Ina, you mentioned Barry.
Yes. Barry Collicott. I would really like to congratulate him because he did exactly what you and I told him to do, Graham, you know, to capture children doing exactly what children do. And he managed to get movement. Look at the negative spaces, the spaces between the children that are uneven. It's just such a lovely little composition. And I really feel like those kids are having fun running on the beach.
And you can see the movement, lots of movement.
Yes, absolutely. And with the waves and everything in the sky softly in the background, it was very nice. I really like it.
Cheryl Koenig. Cheryl's enjoying our challenges.
You can see she's a very good artist, with the bright, vibrant colors. Very artistic.
Lovely painting.
Sarah Tarbotten.
You know what, if I look at, I'm sure she's the focal point, and she's looking away. And when you look to where she's looking, the goat is also looking away. So that's a little bit of a problem for me because it actually pushes your eye out of the painting. It would have been nice if the goat looked up at her. That's just my experience.
I can't draw.
I like it very much. Yeah, I just feel she could have had darker tonal contrast. I love the soft background; it's beautiful. But within the little girl's dress or something, there could have been, you know, darks as well. Not just dark and light. There must be at least 3 tones, like a dark, an intermediate, and a light. You know, which would just make it more successful. But it's a lovely little painting.
Rentia, I would have probably done the goat like this as well because I can't draw a goat face either. Vilna Moore, some more kids in action doing what they do.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's really, really nice. But when you have the size perspective with the small things in the background, which is great, you also need to have color perspective so that the background is much lighter to make it further away. Those background trees can't be as dark as the foreground tree.
Okay. Margarita Ferry with someone, her grandchild Ernie playing in the water with watercolors.
I think we've got this the same situation that Ina mentioned just now, that the background's orange is the same as the warmth in the child. It should have been a little bit lighter and a little bit cooler to give that bit of this
Yeah,
pushing
and in the
back.
background, yeah.
Lovely little painting. Whoa!
Florence Boda.
Boda.
That was an excellent first watercolor, wasn't it? Hey, very well.
Ah, yes, it's a first attempt. Yes, look at that.
She's definitely going to do some more.
Una van der Merwe.
This was also a very popular one. Very soft tonal values, very successful little painting. And I think when you paint children, you have to be careful of hard edges, because you don't really get hard edges when you paint a child's face. And I think this is very accomplished.
Yes, it's soft and beautiful, and it really is just that child being absorbed in reading the book. I love it.
The best thing for me about her entry is the way she used the hashtags correctly, which I need to do a video and explain to the guys how to do it. But she's used the hashtags correctly. Very, very good. And the paintings, obviously, awesome.
Well done.
Sarina Mostert. Kids.
Sure.
Is this watercolors? This almost looks like that stuff you were doing, Ina. The what's it called? The gouache. What's it called?
Gouache.
No, it's not gouache. It's just watercolor that's been done more correctly than most people do it. You know, you've got to go over a few times to get the right tonal value, and you just got to wait for it to dry. That's a problem. Most people don't wait for it to dry. You know. Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Here's my favorite. This is
Cheryl
my
Cartwright.
Isn't this just so beautiful? There's so little detail, but it's so successful. The pinks and the greens, you know, contrasting each other. I think it's such a beautiful little painting, and she did it so well. So that's my favorite.
And I love the way that she just suggested the window. You know, they're window shopping, they're looking in there, and it's just a suggestion, but all those little shapes have been done negatively. Very nicely done.
Lovely, lovely.
Marianne Radley.
You know, I think that here, she also did kids what kids do. And I love the way she just suggested the river in the background. It's really beautiful. But you must be careful when you paint different objects, not to make all the negative spaces the same size, because then it becomes static and you lose the movement. Okay.
True. Liesel. That's also lovely, but I do like the soft background. It pushes the little character forward, and the background is pushed way back. Very, very nice and sweet.
Lovely painting.
Here's another new entry, Elsa Barnard.
I think with watercolor, you have to be careful that you don't use too many browns and greens, because it tends to go a bit muddy. But a very good, successful drawing, I must say. I think the figure is so sweet with the Coca-Cola sign. Hey, it tells a little story. I think any painting that tells a story is a successful painting. But she also do dogs, hey, Ina? She can actually push her dogs a little bit.
She needs to.
Chrysula. Yes.
Agiros, yeah, she got a lot of likes. People really love that sort of romantic little setting. Very nice, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can't paint like that. Unbelievable.
It's a lot of detail. Chrysula, if I'm not mistaken, has by default got the winning for the most likes. Sita was above her, but Chrysula has got the most likes, so she wins that prize.
That's fantastic. Well done.
Yes, Kerry Carter's one.
Yeah. I think it's so successful. You know, it's her first challenge, her first entry. The children are beautifully drawn. The horse not as well as the kids, but the children are beautifully drawn.
Beautiful. I love the light coming in from the right.
Yeah. And a limited palette. It's very nice.
Janet Kingwell.
Yeah, that's the other one that I said that got beautiful tonal values. And she kind of planned that there was a dark behind the light umbrella, which was nice. You know, I like it. I think it's lovely.
I see that, sorry, Graham, the grass does the same shape as the umbrella. So just be careful when you paint your background that you don't mirror the shape of the object in front, because you can see the grass is going around the umbrella. It would have been nice if the shape was different.
And then from the last episode, Janet said she's really stepping out of her comfort zone doing the kids and that. So yeah, it came out pretty awesome.
Wonderful.
Well done, really well done.
There's another new entry, Leonora De Lange.
That is just, I think it's so beautiful. Oh my word.
She's such an accomplished artist. She teaches watercolor as well. She's yeah, she's very good. You can see she knows what she's doing. I just like to see a painting with not just all within certain tones, you know, push it more darks and more light. Don't keep it in the same tone, but it's a beautiful little painting. She'll definitely sell it.
Do you know Leonora? Ina?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, I went onto her Instagram page and wow, she's very good at it.
She was there, Graham, when we were in Cape Town for that watercolor convention. She did the one course with she did the course with Amit. She wasn't there the whole time. She wasn't there at the beginning, but she came for the course later. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Beverly Holzinger. And that's it. These are people that have gone through. So, a very successful watercolor challenge. Ina, who is your favorite?
Oh gosh, there were so many beautiful ones, but I like that one of Barry Collicott. I really do, because he did exactly what we told him to do. There were a lot of other lovely ones. Like I love that one of Rentia's as well. I know that's Rentia's favorite. So I think I'll choose Barry Collicott, the one with the kids on the beach. Yeah, I love that one. It's really doing what kids do. A moment of capturing a moment of their play. I love that.
Awesome. So I'll get hold of Barry in the next couple of days and sort him out with his watercolors that he's won.
Okay.
Rentia, you said you were going to choose...
Cheryl Castle, she painted her grandkids. She couldn't find the photos, so she painted that from memory. I think that is just
amazing.
Exquisite.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, very nice.
Awesome. And then we got Chrysula as the third winner. So congratulations to all the winners. We will contact you guys during the week and sort that out.
Well done, guys.
Yes. So now we're busy with our next challenge, which is the one with Janet. And we're doing the Quink inks and the Jik. And for some of our international guests, Jik is basically bleach. I know people in South Africa understand what it is. It's a bleach. And then Quink ink is basically a Parker ink refill for the pens, if I'm not mistaken. We are busy trying to source some, so give us a day or two. By, I'm hoping Wednesday, we'll have some on the Art Canvas Factory store, and then we'll put it onto the group as well if guys want to buy some. Janet's also busy doing some research on another possible ink, so we'll give you guys feedback on that as well. So, but by Wednesday, we'll know exactly what's happening with the supply of the inks and that.
Hi everyone, this is Janet Kingwell here. I'm just going through the experiment that I put together of the various inks and bleaches. So the first one is food coloring that I mixed up with red, yellow, blue food coloring. Just the normal moyas or whatever you have. The next layer was Dala stamp ink, a black one. then a penguin stamp ink, then a Fosca endorsing ink, followed by the Quink ink. And then I took a concentrated bleach in a spray bottle, and the first row is what happens when you spray it. Then I took a toothpick and I dipped it into the concentrated bleach and drew on a little bar on each, so like a little fine line on each of the inks. Then I took the back of a toothpick, at least a society stick, and then I did little tiny dots so that you can see what happens when you just blob a little circle on. I took a paintbrush and I diluted some of the bleach and I did a fine line. The next line was a paintbrush with a concentrated jig, and then the last one was a tissue or a sponge that I then just dipped into the bleach and did a slight little pat onto the inks to see what it would do. That's it. Some nice happy experiments. Okay, thanks.
So what
Thanks.
basically happens is that they paint with the ink and they use the jig to take away the darkness, to make it lighter. Okay, so it's almost like painting negatively in a certain way. It's a very nice challenge.
Do you paint the jig? Sorry. Do you paint the jig on and move it around, or do you just put it on and then use a towel to lift it?
It lifts the ink as you put it down. You can do lines and it just lifts it and it becomes white lines wherever you've done that. It really works very beautifully. Sorry, Rentia, we can't hear you.
She's stuck. Rentia, we can't hear you. Rentia. Let me mute her. So, no, give me a second. Okay, she's gone off. It's crashed. Okay, Ina, thank you so much for your challenge. Everyone had a lot of fun, a lot of nice entries, and we've got your video with your entry. Are you going to post your entry just now?
Yes, I thought you were.
You haven't sent me the completed painting yet.
Oh, I did on the last. Okay, I'll do it again. I'll send it to you. And then are you gonna post the video, the times video?
Yes. You post the complete. Hang on, here's Rentia again. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Hey, you went funny on us there.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to.
Rentia, okay. Say what you said so that I can put it back over there.
Okay, now I was just saying that the bleach eats into the ink. So you put the ink down, even when it's dry, it still lifts the color off. So you can splatter, you can draw figures, you can draw an eye, you can do whatever you want, and it lifts the ink off. And then you can go back in with the ink over the jig again. So it's a push and pull exercise. Okay.
100%. I will put that back there so that it continues normally. And then we were just talking now about Ina's got a time lapse of her entry. She's going to post her entry now onto the group, and then I'm going to post a video of the time lapse, and then I'll put that onto YouTube and share it onto the group as well. So yeah, thank you so much for the chat, guys. Thanks for going through the entries with me, and thank you for choosing your winners.
Thanks, Graham.
Thank you so much. And then we will chat on the group again, and then start getting hold of Janet and going through the Quink and Jig challenge.
Thanks, Graham. Thanks, Ina.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.